Hello and welcome. This is a 2018 Schwinn Pathway. It's an aluminum frame bike. I bought it for my niece. If you've been following my other videos, I've been restoring a 1963 Huffy/Rally Sportsman 3-speed. But when I came across this, I knew I had to get it. And I'll tell you why in a moment. One thing I noticed about this bike right off the bat is I love the color scheme. This is a pretty bike. Really like it. And I don't know, I may keep this particular shade of blue in mind for future projects. It's got a quick release front wheel, which you can just see through the spokes there. The rear wheel is a standard bolt-on affair. Now let's work our way from the front to the back. It's got a 6-speed twist shifter. It's got plastic body with alloy lever brakes. It's got a nice shiny head tube badge. Now I know that doesn't make the bike go any better, but there's an old saying amongst us hot rodders, and that is, chrome won't get you home, but it improves your look when you're on the hook. 3-speed twist shifter on the front mech as well. Hydroformed from the somewhat elongated shape, I'm guessing, on the aluminum. You can see it's sort of oval, or maybe you can't. Trust me, it is. It's got nice welds. Again, the Pathway nomenclature, various and assorted warning stickers, and Schwinn has a limited lifetime warranty on the frame, which is always nice. It's got a generic 3-speed front crank set. I do know the difference. Nice nylon platform pedals, what appears to be a cast crank set. The rear derailleur is your basic Shimano flat face. Gets the job done, and that's what counts at the end of the day. It's got unbranded side pull brakes and a fairly firm but well padded seat. Now it doesn't have any provisions for a bottle cage, so for my niece's benefit I added a cup holder. You can get a cup holder on those big trucks, why not a cup holder on your bicycle? Standard quick release stem. So yeah, this is a nice bike. It looks sharp. I'm sure it's going to serve her well. It's got nice tires on it with an all-purpose tread. I did tighten up some of the spokes, and I adjusted the brakes a little bit. Didn't have to adjust the shifting at all, which, you know, a lot of people say, oh, don't buy a big box store bike. They don't know how to put them together. This is the 4th bike I've bought from Walmart in Augusta, Maine. And whoever's doing the bike assembly there, I will tell you, they do know what they're doing. Give them credit for that. Now, here's the kicker to the story. This lists for $169 on the Walmart website. I paid $40 for this bike. That's right, $40. I saw that and I said, you know what? Get it. So I got it. And I'm really hoping that this bike will serve my niece well for years to come, and that she'll end up enjoying cycling as much as I do. And the chuckle that you just heard from me comes from the fact that it was her mother, my sister, who got me back into cycling 2 summers ago. So, hey, you know, it's a circle of life. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for 2 surprise purchases. Hello and welcome. You're not seeing double. These are two Hyper SpinFits 700C bikes which I purchased March 8, 2019, which was last night, at Walmart. They labeled on their placards as hybrids. I might debate that because they've got rigid chromoly forks. Be that as it may, let's take a look. It's got a sticker for a head tube badge. That's fine. It's got, or they have rather, Shimano Revo twist shifters. Now, I have said in the past that I'm not a huge fan of twist shifters, and that is true. But I can live with this, and I'll tell you why shortly. Plastic housing, plastic levers on the brakes, easily upgraded. Working backwards. It's got an old school quill stem with a bolt rather than a recessed hex nut. Now, the thing about old school is it's old school for a reason. And that reason is it works. That said, I've got a quill stem adapter so I can put a modern, larger stem and wider handlebars on it. Because these handlebars, they're about 600 millimeters, as close as I can tell. Oops, sorry for the bounce there. Here's the stock zoom stem that I'm going to use. This, I say stock, it's stock from my Mongoose XR Pro. I've got a red aluminum 720 millimeter bar on order. I find 720 is about right for me. I want something with a little more real estate for longer grips. These are kind of tiny. As I said, aluminum frame, and look, nice welds. It's got what presumably is a contoured hydroform casting, and may not show up well on contrast, but it also has that little contour down the middle. The rest of the graphics on the bike appear to have been screen printed or painted because there's absolutely no transition in them. If you look way down here, that is a square taper axle in the bottom bracket, which means I can easily upgrade these stamped cranks and the more or less generic 3x front mech. The derailleur is also something I've never heard of, Liang, can't quite tell. It's got sparkle. It's got sparkle side pole brakes. A generic 7-speed cassette in the rear, and no name directional tires. The front tire was backwards. That was easily fixed just by the expedient action of taking the wheel off and flipping it, because obviously the wheel is not directional. I want to show you this. I'm going to keep one of these bikes, this one. The other one I'm going to add to my outreach ministry donation collection. So here's mine, all set up. They both came from the store like this. Notice that the brake is on the wrong side of the shifter outlet. It was easy enough. I just had to pull the handle grips off and move the shifter over a little bit, get some room, and then rotate the brakes. But I thought that was kind of funny. Another difference between mine and the donation bike is I have removed all of these obligatory warning stickers. There we go. There's some down there on the stem. That's nice. And there's even a warning sticker on the pedal. Presumably that's for lawsuits and so forth, or the avoidance thereof. I'm going to take this bike for a little ride shortly because it's warming up well past 20 here in Maine. And yeah, well, you know, what are you going to do, right? It's Maine. It's winter. Please excuse that little bit of mess in the background there. That's my indoor training bike. So, here's the deal on these bikes. I bought two identical bikes. Not because I'm that impressed with them, although I am so far favorably impressed. But these bikes list for $148 on the Walmart website. The tag said original price $129. They were marked down to $64. Ta-da! When they scanned them in at the checkout, they scanned in at $30 each. That's right, 30 each. So, I could hardly turn these away. Like I said, this one's going to be mine, and this one, after I adjust the brake levers, is going to go into my outreach ministry donation pile. Well, I say pile figuratively, obviously. I think that pretty much wraps it up, pending a test ride. Thanks for watching. I always appreciate it when you do. Bye. Hello again. Well, I just got back from a first ride on the Hyper SpinFits, and for a $30 bike, honestly, I wasn't holding my breath. I mean, it looks nice and it seems well built, but still, the back of your mind, there's the thought of, well, it's $30, how good can it be? I am pleasantly surprised. The bike pedaled well, it shifted really well, it rode comfortably, handled good. Seat's a little firm. I wouldn't mind something just a bit softer, maybe a little more anatomically oriented, but all things considered, I think she acquitted herself pretty well for a first ride. Having said all that, I really do need wider handlebars. On these itty bitty grips, I can get my index, middle, and third fingers on them, but my pinky's hanging over the edge all the time. So what I want are wider bars, probably something in the 680 to 720 range, with full-size hand grips on them. The low-end pedals, I mean, yeah, they do the job, but I think I want something that's a little less slippery under my shoes. So I'm going to get a set of alloy platform pedals with the pegs in them. Other than that, this bike worked out. Whoops! Whoa! Sorry about that. Slipped on some ice. As I was saying, the Hyper SpinFits turned out to be really good. And you know what? I think, honestly, if I had paid the full price of $148 for this bike, I would still be pleased. The fact that I paid $30 for it, I am just ridiculously pleased. Thanks for watching. I always appreciate it when you do. Goodbye.